Hey guys, a Life Perplexed here. Yes, we changed the name. So, as you guys have been asking me to start my custody fight series, I figured tonight, after crying with my son, tonight would be a good night to start it. As you guys know, I don't do editing yet, so this is going to be a straight run through. So I may make mistakes here and there, but after January, I should have editing down. But until then, you're going to have unedited videos. So let me start by saying, going through my custody fight was one of the hardest things I ever went through in my life. The good news is I learned strength that I never knew that I had. And I found strength inside me that I never knew I had. I have 3 kids, Dayton, Phoenix, and Sage. Phoenix and Sage are twins. They're 15, and they're from one father. I have my little one, Dayton, who was never supposed to happen. And like literally, like his father told me that he couldn't have kids anymore. And I was like, great, because I don't want any more. I have my boy and my girl. I'm done. We're good. So on and so forth. And what ended up happening was about 7 months into the relationship, I ended up getting pregnant. And we even did a paternity test to make sure it was his because there's no way I was supposed to get pregnant. But I was pregnant. And Dayton was born on November 12th of 2007. He is... See, this is why not editing sucks. He's the light of my life. He... As much pain as having him has cost me in a sense of the custody fight, I wouldn't trade it in for the world. And I would absolutely do it all over again if I had to get the same result. See, these are real tears. This is what happens when somebody really cries. So, as I said, if I had to do it all over again, I would. I wouldn't change a thing. I absolutely love my son. I mean, not that I don't love the twins. I love the twins too. But he's just the light of my life. He's a cuddler. He's sweet. He's handsome. He would give his last dollar to anyone that, wanted it or needed it. He's very heartfelt. Does he have issues? Yeah, he has issues. Do I hope that his issues will get through his issues? Absolutely. Do I have a lot of hope for him? Absolutely. When Dayton was born, I really thought that his father was everything I could ever want in life. He was charming, he was sweet, he was good looking, he had a great job, he had a good head on his shoulders. He had some issues, but he had a good head on his shoulders, and he worked really, really hard. What I didn't know what was going to happen, right after Dayton was born, everything started falling apart. I also started realizing that he was not who he pretended to be the first year we were together. And that's when things started getting ugly. At this point, he had not cheated on me. Like right after Dayton was born. We had gotten a house together. I kept hoping that things were going to get better. He really was the love of my life. Like, I was married before, and I really don't think I ever loved anybody the way I loved Brad. So, not only do I have a son with this man, but I'm like believing that it's gonna all work out. I would say about 3 months after Dayton was born, I realized I can't do this anymore. I need out of this relationship. But I stuck it out. I stuck it out because the twins now had a dad that they never really had. Dayton had a dad that, was really good to him. He was good with the kids. Despite his issues, he was really good with the kids. And then things got really, really bad. So, without getting into too much of the actual custody fight yet, because it's a long process, where we are tonight is Dayton was crying, as some of you guys heard. Dayton was crying because he was talking about Christmas, because Sage wants her iPad before Christmas, but that's not going to happen because she's going to Florida as one of her gifts. She's going to Florida to be with her best friend for the week that she's off from school. Dayton usually goes to Iowa to see his dad. And as you guys know, Dad changed his phone number, and we have no idea how to get a hold of him. His mom called his mom today, and she didn't know how to get a hold of him. She didn't know he changed his number either. His dad is a drug addict. I'm not going to lie. I can't do this series without lying. I mean, not without lying, without telling all the facts, or it's not going to piece together. But his dad was always a hard worker, even through drug addiction. He was a hard worker. He worked his ass off. He always paid all the bills. He paid his child support. Everything was fine. He left his second wife, or probably his fourth wife, I would say 7 months ago, 8 months ago, and he hasn't been the same since. I think his drugs have taken over his life. I don't think he's ever going to come back from it. I don't think, like, the one person, the once being able to overcome the drug abuse, like, still go to work all the time and still take care of life and still take care of bills, and, you know, he's probably the only man I've ever seen that could shoot drugs and then go to work all day and do it throughout work and be fine. Not that I'm, okay with it, but that's just him. And I think now it's gotten to the point that he can't do that. I don't think he's shooting drugs anymore, but he's gotten to the point where drug addiction has taken over his entire life. Now try explaining that to a 12-year-old. The hardest part as a mom is seeing your son hurt. And, like, not being able to make it better. Even though I knew this was coming, even though I knew that there was going to be a day that Brad was going to do this to him, you hope for the best as a mom. You just hope for the best. And you hope that it's never going to happen. And that he's going to be okay. And, at least Brad's going to make it through to the time Dayton graduates college or something. But to know that not only, I don't know if he's ever going to see him again. I don't know if he's dead. I know he was alive a week ago, but I don't know if he's dead. I don't know if he's going to be okay. I don't know if he's ever going to call Dayton again. It's not the first time he's disappeared in a kid's life. He's pretty much done it to all his kids. But none of his other kids did he go through a 6-year custody fight with. And it's almost like at the point I don't know how to help my son. I don't know how to make it right for him. I can be there for him. I can love him. But I don't know. Like, I can't be his dad. And when we were going through a custody fight, I knew that this day was going to happen. I knew this day would come. And I told the courts, please listen to me. Because, the twins are great because they never had dad in their life. So it's always been just me. They talked to him on the phone and stuff, but they were never forced to go see him. They were never forced visitations. So when he fucked up and he didn't call or see them for a while, it didn't matter. They were used to it. With Brad, I was forced for Dayton to see him. I was forced to give him on holidays and weekends and everything else. And even when I got permission to move, I was forced to do certain things. And now here we are. And now Dayton doesn't understand why he may not go for Christmas. And he was really looking forward to it. And we really don't talk to anyone at Brad's family except for his mom on holidays. And he was close with his cousin, and now his cousin's sister kind of cut that off. because there was some kind of fight or something. And I don't really talk to her anymore. I haven't talked to her in years. And it's so sad because I know, like yesterday, it didn't really hit him so hard. He just figured, all right, Dad, no big deal. But tonight it hit him. When I told him that he may not go for Christmas because I don't know where his dad is. His dad, I don't even know where he's living or anything. So I don't know how to help my son. I know that all I can do is do the best I can for him. But I beg the courts not to do this. I beg them to please listen to me. You know, this is his father's track record, this and that. And his father put me through fucking hell. Which I'm going to, you know, go back to the beginning tomorrow. But I just kind of wanted to let you know that 6 years of hell in a custody fight, only to end up in the same place we should have been when Dayton was 4. And then it would have been a lot easier. But it's not so easy now because now he's 12 and he's had his dad on summers and Christmas for his whole life. And I get so angry and so mad that, you know, forget child support that I need, but I can't make that happen. But the fact that he changed his number and didn't tell Dayton, never called for his birthday, never called for Thanksgiving. What kind of father is that? And then to drag me through 6 years of hell cost me everything. And I've even forgiven him for that. I've forgiven him for costing me everything. When I say everything, I mean like my schooling. Everything I did in school wasted because of a domestic violence charge that he gave me. You know, it's like this man ruined my life. And now he's going to ruin my son's life. And come hell or high water, I will not let that happen. I just, to go through so much pain and now, you know, and to get past it and to get through it and now having to watch my son go through that same pain from the same person is extremely hard and very hard to deal with. And I just wish I had easy answers. So maybe during doing this series, it will definitely help me, maybe help him, maybe help me understand more once I go through step by step by step. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. So that was it, part 1, where we are today. And then tomorrow I will do part 2. I'll probably do 2 or 3 episodes a week. Because once I get started, I may not want to stop. And then January I'll start editing so I can make it better. But that was it. That was where we are today. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1. As you can tell, I got a new name. And tomorrow we'll go back to March 1st, 2010 when this whole thing started. Alright, have a wonderful night, guys. Peace.